All right, let's brighten things up now and turn to a current event happening next week in Rock Island. The Quad Cities Hindu Temple is putting on an event they say is the first of its kind in the U.S. It's expected to bring in hundreds of people to the QCA, and you're all invited. It's why we have Lavanya and Manoj from the Quad Cities Hindu Temple joining us in studio today. Thank you both so much for being here with us.
Thank
you
a lot.
for having us.
Namaste.
All right, event starts on Tuesday. It runs all the way through next Sunday. Lavanya, can you tell us what this event is and what's going to happen?
So this is a once-in-a-lifetime event, as we would describe it, and this is the first of its kind in North America. And it's going to be a spiritual, ritualistic culmination of the finishing up of a construction, which is the Indianization of the temple. So we have built a huge tower on our temple, and it's a significant step in the construction process, and we are celebrating that with a Chaturveda Maha Yajna.
Wonderful. So everyone's invited. I mean, it
Absolutely.
centers around the 4 Vedas.
Yes.
What are these?
Vedas are the quintessential tenets of Hinduism. They primarily comprise of the hymns or the mantras, right? Mantra is now an English word. Mantras, the ritual procedures, and the philosophical thoughts, and all the guidelines and directions needed for a person to lead a happy, prosperous, and a spiritual life. And Vedas are 4, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. And those are the oldest known literature to the mankind. And they are pretty old, ancient, and they are composed thousands of years ago in a language called Sanskrit. And that's the greatness of the Vedas. And Chaturveda, Chatuhu means 4, and the 4 Vedas will be recited over the 6-day event, which is gonna happen next week.
Does it take the full 6 days to read all of that?
Absolutely.
I bet.
And Vedas are so enormous that we all know about the yoga, which is like a small subsection of the entire Vedas. And Vedas are not mere books. Each Veda could be thought about like a library rather than a book.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So Lavanya, who is coming in for this?
We have a significant Hindu leader coming in from India, and then 30 priests coming from all over the world who are experts in these Vedas. And we also have devotees flying in from Florida, California, Georgia, Toronto, everywhere. So we expect to have around 5,000 people attended over the 6-day span. At least 500 every day is our expectation. Now we are preparing with temporary tents and food and prasad, which is offering to God, and also a lot of logistic nightmares that we have to.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine this is a huge thing to plan. I'm so curious. First time this is happening in North America, how did you guys get this to come to the Quad Cities?
That is the decision of the temple committee and our priest, who thought that we have to do something in Quad Cities Hindu temple that which had never happened ever in the North America. And it's a pretty enormous and exhaustive task of doing all those things and planning and coming up with a plan to execute all these things. And it's not an easy event. And primarily, the main event of this Chaturveda Maha Yajna is the Kumbhabhisheka, the Rajagopura Kumbhabhisheka. It's a pretty complex Sanskrit term. I'll try to explain what it is. Rajagopura is basically a majestic gateway built to enter the temple. And the philosophical significance is that it is like an interconnection between the material world and the spiritual world. So it constantly reminds us to elevate and grow as a human and try to get up in the spiritual realm. So that was it means. And every time there is a new construction or a renovation in the temple complex, they do this consecration process. They instill and infuse the power from the yajna and also the mantra, the chantings of all the 4 Vedas into that holy water, and they consecrate, they purify the newly built the gateway entrance, the Rajagopura, and also all the deities present in the temple. This is to retain all the divine and positive vibe and energy and provide peace to everyone who comes to experience it. So
It's going to be one heck of an event.
absolutely, yes.
The priest and the board started planning around October. We have had volunteers helping us, the construction process and everything, and we are finally in the home stretch.
I love it. Well, thank you both so much for
Thanks
coming
a
in
lot.
today
Thank
and
you.
talking about this. We can't wait for next week. Congratulations on everything.
Thanks,
Namaste.
Shelby.
For you guys at home, we have all the details for next week's event up on our website. Head over to WQAD.com and click on the As Seen on TV tab.